Hello everyone, Agent Fluffy here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Famous Right Ace Attorney, Justice for All, Farewell My Turnabout Part 9. Alright, let's go back to the Criminal Affairs Department, and let's present some profiles. We are looking into leads, but we can only look into a few key players with our limited resources. There's no reason for us to waste our energy investigating this person. Why don't you just tell it to me straight and say I don't have any info? Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself. A secret? You can't help but feel this whole case revolves around her. There's an interesting rumor about this man. You mean the one about Miss Andrews getting close to him? But that's pretty common tabloid fare, isn't it? I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found. While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular, I take it. Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto. Refreshing? And what's so refreshing about spring breeze? Sounds like the pollen is not treating him well this year. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Carita's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste Impacts died. But her death was ruled as suicide, right? Yes, but there's still one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there's no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. A suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impact's had even written such a note? There was no solid evidence, however. We did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan Carita himself. The victim? He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Carita hid his own manager's suicide note? But why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is a suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1? Suicide report added to the court record. See Celeste Impacts found Juan Carita was her suicide note hidden? I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all, other reports have multiple parts like that one. That has 2. 2 parts? What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second part. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name is Adrian Andrews.
Yes, Andrews? What did she do?
She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try and kill herself, though. You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide.
A secret?
her dependent nature. That's what she really likes on the inside. Miss Andrews? Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Dependent nature? Let me get that one. Let me look at the core record. Inside no hidden. Let's see. Nope. Let's see. Move. No. I am stuffed up. March 21st, Gatewater Hotel on Guard's hotel room. Looks like
Miss Andrews isn't here.
that's not good. I still have a few questions I wanted to ask her.
And she has that psyche lock on her heart, right?
Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess we'll have to come back later. She's not here. Let's see. Let's see. I will be right back. Alright, I am back. I had to... I was trying to look for what to do, and it was right in front of me the whole time. Alright. Dependent nature. What is this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews attempted suicide. It was a few days after the death of Celeste Impax. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she has apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she... Her pillar... Excuse me. Her pillar of strength, her mentor Celeste Impax, was gone forever. That's why. Why would that...
Is that what they call following someone to the grave?
After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. Huh? And that's the nature of her dependency on others? When Celeste Impax suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then, that means her super confident attitude, it's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. Oh, God. Oh, that's messed up. How terrible. suicide point added to the court record. Oh my god. And that's not good. Oy. Wait. I gotta move. Actually, first, Gatewater Hotel, on guard's hotel room. There we go.
Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone.
That's Franziska von Karma.
Miss Von Karma?
What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so...
You've got some nerve following me around.
Following you?
That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
Pearls?
You're always following after that Mr. Detective with a little beard.
Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl.
What is that?
An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was his receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews? Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What are those two talking about?
Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she?
Here we go. Let's present the Megadama. Let's go. Wolf. Motive for murder. Why was Juan Carita murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Ungar's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions to which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Carita. You were not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You're not good at being intimate with another person. Somehow I highly doubt that. You and Mr. Carita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even have had your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems that quite a few people have already bought into the story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on her good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Carita? As if there was such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Carita for this person's sake? Celeste's sake? Celeste impacts your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? How do you know about Celeste? Miss Impacts. She committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Carita's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Carita so you could find out more about her suicide. You have great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy mud. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckracker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery to it at all? I don't believe you're completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. And that is attempted suicide report. Wait. Get a hold of yourself. Huh? If you want advice on doing yourself in, then I suggest asking someone, like the police. Which translates to, don't take a long walk off a sharp pier. If there was no mystery surrounding her death, none, it would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Is there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way your suicide was resolved. Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone has hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Kurita.
One?
And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with Mr. Kurita. I've sat by quietly listening to insult. I have sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are.
What?
I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste impacts with someone very special to you. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through it with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life? Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie. A facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on.
That's...
You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had.
Stop!
When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding Miss Impact's note. You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes.
What do you mean?
What topic did we start the conversation on again?
It was, why was the victim killed?
Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Miss Kurita dead. It seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Kurita dead.
Me?
Miss Impacts was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder.
Murder?
Oh, yee.
It's true. I am a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth.
Miss Andrews. This one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Kurita. Celeste, without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Karita to recover her suicide note, correct?
Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it?
Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so...
I understand.
Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it secret. Miss Andrews, if people found out, if people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live.
All right, I understand. We'll keep it a secret.
Miss Andrews,
I guess she's the overthinking type. She's probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first.
Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Miss Andrews, I've been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back.
That card? That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding?
Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag.
What is it? It looks like a seashell?
That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from.
Her not remembering something clearly? Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence.
Well, I must be off. I'll leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands.
Okay. Let's go. Alright, we have ran out of time. In the next part, we'll continue further into investigating. So, this has been Agent Fluffy, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Agent Fluffy here, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to support me even more, feel free to support my Patreon. The links are right here.